You never get a second first impression. So when someone comes onto your page for the first time, are they thinking, I want to follow, or are they just moving on to the next one? Let's optimize your Twitter homepage. What's going on, everyone? My name is Andy, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come and watch this video on the channel dedicated to helping you grow a successful business through entrepreneurship, marketing, and social media. If you would like to come to our weekly masterclass, we hold it on Thursdays at 3 p.m. BST over at twitch.tv/Andrew Ellis. And we're also pretty active over on Instagram and Twitter, where you can chat with me, learn more about me, and basically how to take actionable steps to improve your social media as a streamer. So why are first impressions so important? We always hear the thing is you don't get your second first impression, and it's so true even when it's on social media. They're important because you need to sell yourself to people who are coming in for the first time. It's great and all DMing people and talking to people on chat interactions and them sort of already having a feel for who you are. But the majority of people don't have that opportunity. The majority of people are going to find your page for the first time not having a clue who you are. Maybe only seeing one tweet, one post, anything like that. So you need to make sure that when they click on your page to find out more about you, that it screams, I need to follow this person. Some people will also say it's about the journey as you go along. You've got to do terrible at the start to then work towards it and better your profile and all that sort of stuff. Screw that, you know, let's learn right now and let's be ahead of the game right away. Because this and what you're going to learn today can be the difference between a potential viewer, follower, sub, or anything else. So let's dive right into it. We're going to be covering I just put 8. We're going to be covering 4 main topics today, and that is the Twitter header, the profile picture, the bio, and the pinned tweet. So the first one we're starting off with is the Twitter header. Now, this is a place that I probably need to optimize a little bit more, but it's the part of the top where people can see maybe a little bit more about you, your personality, your branding, and so on. What I've seen a lot of people make the mistake is that they've just put a logo on there that they've got from maybe Pexels or a free image site, or they've literally got nothing there at all. And this is a big mistake, as Twitter is giving you the option to use something to promote yourself, to promote your brand, who you are, your style, and you're not using any of that. This is a mistake you see so many use because they either can't be bothered putting in the effort or they don't really know what to put in there. So I'm going to give you some ideas on what you could do. You could have the likes of your schedule in there, some of your other accounts that you already use on different social medias. This could be your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, your stream. These can be places where you can put that. If you don't have room to put it elsewhere, you can utilize everything you have. You can also put pictures of yourself, maybe a little bit of an understanding towards your business. You could put something that's related to your streams. There is so much opportunity here for you to do this, and it's really, really simple, but not enough do it effectively. Now, I know you're going to say that some of the bigger accounts, or some accounts as well, have sort of just a picture in it and that's it. And that's perfectly fine. You can have that because those pictures often tell a little bit more about their personality. And the more you can convey about yourself, the easier it is for someone who's coming onto your page for the first time to understand who you are. However, if you're someone who provides a service or your streams are based solely on something, it's probably good to let people know that, because when they're coming in, they're going to know if they're wanting to follow your journey or not. And this can be a really, really great way of sort of weeding out the people who are never really going to support you and those who are going to become true and loyal followers. Something that's missed here as well is the color theory. I don't know if many of you have ever researched color theory, but I would highly recommend just looking it up and understanding just a little bit of it. It's not that hard to understand. You just got to spend 5 or 10 minutes looking at it and seeing what works for you the best way. For me personally, blue, yellow, and black are the colors I sort of go for in a lot of different aspects on my social media. Now, if I were to ask someone, which I have in stream before, what colors do you recognize me for the most? The common answer that I got was yellow and blue. This is because I use the yellow heart a lot when I'm tweeting, and it's also because blue is attached to my profile and everything that I create. It's the same as the likes of slogans. You understand slogans and you don't even need to know what company it is by just hearing the slogan alone. It's as well as if I were to say, what color do you associate yellow with as a fast food chain, you're most likely to say McDonald's. It's something streamers don't do enough research for, but one that can actually push you forward a lot more than you thought it could. By keeping this consistent over all of your social media platforms, you can start to become implemented into people's brains that you are associated with that color. The two other things you can add to your header is your branding and your style. We all have different styles in the way we create content. This YouTube video is going to be different to someone else's YouTube video because it's the style I like to do. And as well as my branding, this could be my typography, this could be the way I speak, this could be the way I take pictures. Everything like that can be conveyed in your Twitter header. You just have to try to find the style that works for you in the best way possible. So how do you actually create your Twitter header then? There's a few places that you can do it. For free, you've got Canva, which is fantastic. I use it for my Instagram posts. And if you do have a paid service, something like Photoshop, you can use that. That's what I use for mine. Now the Twitter header size is 1500 by 500 pixels. And remember, just in the left bottom hand corner, there is the place for your profile picture. So make sure whatever text you have in there or whatever icons you have in there is not taken up by this profile picture. So keep everything more to the right hand side and up above that space. What I want to say as well is if you upload this to your PC, on PC it looks terrible. The quality doesn't look that good. On mobile and tablet it looks a little bit better. Don't worry if it's not good, it does that. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, you're fine. Next up is profile picture, and this has been debated before. And there is pros and cons for both sides and what I'm going to talk about today, but I'm going to give my opinion on this and what I believe is the best route for you to take as a streamer. Some people have their logos on it, and their logo might not even be themselves. It might not be an icon of them, actually drawn of them. It was just a logo. This could be of like a dragon, it could be of an elf, it could literally be anything, whatever you're related to in your branding and what you actually create. Now for me, this just doesn't tell enough for what I'm wanting to see. You are scrolling through social media constantly. You have so many accounts that you can view, so many people you can see, so many tweets that you can see. Now, a logo isn't really going to stand out. A picture that's vibrant, bright in colors, and shows who you are is something that would make me stop when I see it over and over and over again. Now, it's not to say a logo doesn't do that, but the logo can be placed anywhere you want. This could be in your pinned tweet, which we're going to talk about. This could be in your header. It still incorporates your branding, but you're allowing people to see you. This is why I would recommend either having a picture of yourself that's very clear, or having a picture that's sort of drawn of you or animated that you paid for. Now the reason I say this is because it really does just make it easier for people to put a face to the tweets that you're putting out. Whenever you have a logo in your name or whenever you have a sort of meme as your profile picture, it just screams to me that the person doesn't really want to be known or thinks they can say everything they want without being scrutinized. It's one of those things that just plays in my brain now because you see so many of these accounts trying to belittle other people with what they do. Now, I used my logo for a long while, and the logo actually had a picture of me in it when I used to be named Bottom Frag. And although that still did help me in some senses, I always felt that when I changed to my face in my profile picture, a lot more people started to come into my stream saying, I saw you all over Twitter, or I followed you on Twitter, I love your content. I know the profile picture has something to do with that, as when your bright and colourful and really vibrant picture has been seen all over social media again and again and again, people start to recognise that. People start to see, oh, this is Andy from social media. I know who he is. I like his tweets. And that profile picture and your face starts to be implemented into their brain, and they see it again and they know they like those tweets, and then they see it again, and that could lead to the follow, them coming into your stream, them becoming a subscriber, and them going everywhere else to become a loyal follower of yours. Now, actually in the comments, I would love to have a discussion about this and whether you think having a logo or a profile picture works better. For me, I am always going to stick with the picture of yourself or drawing of you. It just makes it easier for you to put a name to the person who's actually tweeting. It makes me a lot more comfortable in just connecting with that person. Again, some people aren't comfortable with this, and I get it. And I'm not targeting this at you. So if you're not comfortable just yet, try to keep working on that, you know? Try to keep pushing your comfort zone a little bit more and really get yourself out there. Having your branding and just your style implemented into that, allow people to put that name to the tweets, can make it a lot easier. Next up is the bio. This is the important part, so pay attention and get your notepad out. Wait, you should already have your notepad out. Fuck, didn't say that at the start. I've said this many times. Your bio is your mini resume. You have 160 characters to write your bio. You need to make every single letter count. You need to ensure there is no fluff in your bio, because when you just ramble on, you're going to run out of characters like that. You're given 160 characters, use as many of those as you possibly can to create the most engaging and really thoughtful bio. Now, I actually held a masterclass, which we talked about on Thursdays, on making your own Twitter homepage. It's deleted now as I reward those who actually want to turn up and learn, but you can see it on the screen right now and I'll put it up for you. It goes over 4 different people and potentially 4 different bios that you can have. Now, each and every one of those can still be improved, but these were just sort of quick examples of why it's so crucial to actually put more in your bio and really create a personality for yourself for people coming onto your page. Abby and Berry here are the 2 that I would most likely follow. I understand more about them, what they like, their hobbies, and what they want to push for with their content. It's really, really easy to understand, and it's clear on what type of creator they are. For the likes of Wendy and Ronnie, it really doesn't make that clear to me, and it shows that they're not willing to put in a little bit of extra work to help me understand who they actually are. At the start, I was like this. I didn't know, but this is why you need to use this and learn from my mistakes. This is what is going to push your social media forward and make you stand out compared to the hundreds of thousands of other people who are on these platforms not putting in the work. A few things to take note of here is that you should add a little bit of your personality in, a little bit of business in, and just a little bit more of you. Be quirky, funny, entertaining, anything to bring out who you actually are and allow someone who's coming on for the first time to think, hey, I like this person. The last 2 things you should add to your bio or in that area is a link to wherever you want them to go. This could be your stream, your YouTube, your podcast, anything like that. Make sure you're putting a link in there with what you want, and then also the business email. Now, I know some people have had discussions on Twitter recently about why business emails aren't really that important for the creators who are just growing, but you never know what sponsorships you can get, and you never know the opportunities that might come your way just purely by chance. So yes, you might not be flooded with emails when you're just growing as a streamer and a creator, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you still shouldn't have a business email in there and allow businesses to contact you if they do want to set up a sponsorship. I've seen plenty of growing streamers who are not partnered get great sponsorships, but if you've not got it there, how are they going to contact you? Now, the final part we're going to talk about today is the pinned tweet. And this, again, isn't used enough, which I'm really surprised at. But if you didn't know, you can actually pin one of your tweets to the top of your profile so that as soon as someone comes on, everyone sees it. I want to let you in a little bit of a secret that I learned from a web developer who helped me recently build the Streamer Hub when I was in the process of building that. When anyone ever comes onto your page for the first time, whatever page that is, 100% of people are seeing that page. As soon as you scroll down just a little bit more, you've already lost about 30% of those people. This is why your homepage is actually so important to utilize and make sure it is put to the best standard that it possibly could. Therefore, your pinned tweet is going to be your most important tweet. You want this to be the place everyone sees first to either learn where they can find you, more about you, a clip from your stream, somewhere from your YouTube, or just something that you feel is the most important tweet at that time for your content. Some of the things I've done in the past is either have a clip from a stream that done really well, or I done a little introduction about myself in a little more detail. Because you have more characters in a tweet, I added a little bit more about me, who I am, and then all of my links to where people could find me. This could be your Instagram, YouTube, podcast, website, anything like that. This just makes it really, really easy for people to come onto your Twitter for the first time. And if they do want to follow you and want to become a follower elsewhere, they can easily get to that place without having to look everywhere just to find the one link they're looking for. Again, go over your style, your branding, the way you word things. Just make it authentic to you. Make it that when someone comes for the first time, everything just looks the same. Everything is the same. It's you, it's your personality, it's your style, it's your way of going about it. That just makes it a lot easier for someone to go from absolutely knowing nothing at all about you to sort of knowing who you are in a very short space of time. If you follow these things that I talked about today, your homepage is going to look so much more professional in the blink of an eye, and it seriously will help others who are coming for the first time just know that you're willing to put in extra effort to make sure they're understanding who you are and if they should follow or not. And again, you aren't going to get this right the first time. My homepage still needs optimized. So does yours, and so does everyone else's. You can always work to improve it. You're always going to be changing. Your content is going to be differing. That is why you need to just change it when you can and change it when you want and when you feel is right. If you think something's going to work better, try it out and see if it does. And that's the whole part of it. It's about trying, failing, trying again, and waiting until it succeeds. It's not about getting it right the first time, because you probably aren't, but it's about learning over time and pushing for that in the future. That's what's going to make you stand out. Let me know down in the comments some of the questions you have when it comes to growing on social media and growing your discoverability outside of your stream. I would love to create some YouTube videos on it to help you do just that and really take your content to the next level, as well as pushing your branding forward. If you would like to come stop by again to the masterclasses on Thursday at 3 p.m. BST, we talk about how to grow on social media and a lot of different variations on that. Ask me questions live where we can talk about that and answer your direct problems that you're having there and then. So it is an amazing, amazing place to be on the Thursdays. And also, if you'd like to chat with me elsewhere, I'm active on Instagram and Twitter quite a lot, so I would love to have a conversation with you if you would like to drop a follow. So go out there, make your homepage the best it's ever been, and start growing your following. Have a fantastic day.